Hello? Am I? I have this new laptop and it's so different than my other one and how it's setting up for me to go on YouTube. Are we ticking? Yes, we'll, okay. It says I'm live, but I don't think I am. I hope not anyway. Okay, I'm learning it. Like I said, this is the first video I'm making in a while for YouTube. And how are you, my friends? How's it going? I have some flowers here. Let me see if I can sit back a little bit more where I'm at here so I can have a better picture. I'm sorry, because see, before I could have a preview in my other laptop, but now I don't have a preview going on. So, but anyway, how are you all going? I've got, here, let's put Jesus over here so you could see him and pray. Sunday, I chose to make this video on Sunday. And, but I pray all are hanging in there in these times of upheaval and craziness. But I chose to do a different kind of video today because, let's see. I'm sorry. It's like I know that I should, like I said, my last laptop, I had a place that I could, preview before I hit play, but this doesn't do it like that. Okay. So I have my 1111 cards out here, and actually, because I'm going to do something different today, and you'll see why I'm doing it this way. But so these are my 1111 cards. I've always seen 1111 number, as many of you have too. And actually, I was married on 1111 in 1989. So for those of you following me, you know that. But it says here, I am experiencing a dimensional shift in consciousness. The 1111 code. Okay, dimensional shift, the doorway. If you can see, that's how it's written. Okay. So I'll put it back in the deck. But what did when I was putting the cards out? Oh, look at that first pick right here. Divine marriage. Okay. Uniting one's self. Capital S self. Okay. So that's like the soul self. A spiritual marriage has taken place within my being. My feminine half and my masculine half have become one. Okay. So isn't that nice right there? Beautiful. And this was the first pick, so that's why this is the yin-yang symbol of, negative, positive, male, female. So we become one, and that's all beautiful. Oh, boy, look at this one, that white light, because I talk about the white light, bright light all the time. End of the tunnel, white light. The white light, end of the tunnel. The purest white light I have ever seen now shines before me. My heart desires with all its being to join with the light. We become one! Exclamation mark. Isn't that lovely, my friends? Okay, and then here we even got heaven, but let's pull some. So let me just read what I've got going on here. But I wanted to, bring out, and this one that jumped out, and then I saw these other ones, but this card literally jumped out when I was setting up the table, organizing the cards. It literally jumped out. And I'm not very familiar with this card, but I thought it was cool. So this is called the tunnel, the journey, the tunnel. I am taken through a dark tunnel. As I travel, I feel, in quotes, I feel my soul, capital S soul, so your soul self will be joined by its greater capital S when I reach the other side. I see a white light and draw closer. I see a white light and draw closer. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, this tunnel with the white light, bright light. White light, bright light all around me and within me. Protects me both day and night. White light, bright light all around me, within me. I banish all bane. White light, bright light all around me and within me. Protects me both day and night. White light, bright light all around me and within me. I banish all profane bane. In the name of Jesus Christ, beloved Son of Father God and Mother Mary. The white light, bright light. Okay? So because we are in very trying times, and I just chose during these trying times, I didn't want to do 9-card spreads because, on YouTube, I try to uplift and bring, a fun read or, a true meaning for the reading. But right now, with this so much negativity and death and everything, I couldn't read my 9 cards. I didn't want to do tarot. So I thought, well, maybe I'll do an oracle read. But then I thought, let's use these beautiful cards here. Let's use these cards. These cards are awesome cards. And see, I have this new laptop. It's brand new, and I can hear it's been coming on with this sound. If you can hear it, I don't think that's good. Oh, but let's continue. So here I have something that came to my Gmail box, and it's from Astro Butterfly. I like that, astrobutterfly.com. Another .com site I like is Antiflow, AUNTYFLO.com. They talk about everything, you know, especially into metaphysics and astrology and all that good stuff. But so this is going to be a little read, but I think I'm going to read it first so you can understand. So this is Jupiter in Pisces 2021 through 2022. And I'm going to pick 12 cards at the end to represent what we're going to start doing. Here we are ending almost, well, May, but we're going to go from May to see what this month's about. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so we're going to go pick out 12 cards. So take us into 2022, okay? But here it is. So, and I'm a Pisces sun, so that's why I thought I would bring it out. On May 13th, which was just 3 days ago, on May 13th, 2021, Jupiter enters Pisces, the sign of its domicile. Jupiter is in Pisces for a brief stay until July 28th, 2021. In the next 2.5 months, we will get our first taste of this transit. Jupiter re-enters Pisces on December 29th, 2021, stays in Pisces until May 10th, 2022, and is again back in Pisces from October 28th, 2022 until December 20th, 2022. Okay, so, and, you know, giant Jupiter is all about, you know, luck and grand things, largest planet we have. Okay, Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. There is magic everywhere. Many people look forward to Jupiter in Pisces, and for good reasons. Jupiter is in domicile in Pisces, so it feels at home in this sign. In Pisces, Jupiter can be as wise, spiritual, and big picture as he wants. Okay, so that's why I wanted to read this too, you know. So in Pisces, Jupiter can be as wise, spiritual, and big picture as he wants. The last couple of years, when Jupiter shared signs with Pluto and Saturn, have not been easy. Now that Jupiter moves into Pisces, our sense of faith and optimism will finally be restored. Okay, and I've been praying a lot with faith too. So, you know, faith in Father God and of course our Jesus. You know, I'm raised Catholic, but the beautiful ones, you know, faith in the ones, the Buddha, the masters that could bring us this beauty. So now that Jupiter moves into Pisces, our sense of faith and optimism will finally be restored. And she has that in, you know, what is it called when bold letters. But what makes this particular Jupiter in Pisces transit even more special is that Jupiter will be together with Neptune in Pisces. Okay, this is very interesting because both Jupiter and Neptune rule Pisces. And I was just going to say that, but I knew it was coming. So how, I mean, it's like having two Santa Clauses around you at Christmas time, you know, it's good. So it's very interesting because both Jupiter and Neptune rule Pisces. To have both rulers in the sign of their rulership is pretty magic. And I use the word magic on purpose. Magic on purpose, okay? When Jupiter, with its larger-than-life optimism and sense of expansion, and Neptune, with its mystical vision, are in the same sign, we will start to see the magic of Pisces, and especially Neptune is in Pisces, may make you think of angels playing the harp. I thought that was beautiful too, okay? So just to read that last, you know, because we got to pray with the beautiful ones, my darlings. We really do. So when Jupiter, with its larger-than-life optimism and sense of expansion, and Neptune, with its mystical vision, are in the same sign, we will start to see the magic of Pisces. And especially Neptune is in Pisces. They make you think of angels playing the harp. Jupiter is expansive, loud, and showy. But Jupiter is expansive, loud, and showy. If Jupiter was a music genre, Jupiter in Pisces would be the arena rock of the 80s. Okay, she must be old school. Okay. But anyway, so Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer was released in November 1986 when Jupiter was in Pisces. John Bon Jovi himself has 3 planets in Pisces. The lyrics of the song are, of course, very Jupiter in Pisces. And here are some of the lyrics. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. And so, I was raised with Bon Jovi, loved him so much. But so it's not too much more to go, but we're going to continue because I think this is to give us, have faith in what's to come via this planetary that's going on here. Okay, so again, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. The song was an instant hit because it tapped into the trends of the time. In November 1986, everyone had a Jupiter in Pisces transit, and everyone was ready to receive a Jupiter in Pisces message. This is what Jupiter does. And then in bold letters again, it sets trends. It tells what's in the psyche of society in that particular year. Let's not forget that Jupiter is the planet of truth and coherence. Jupiter is the planet of what everyone agrees on. That's why Jupiter rules knowledge, education, the moral code, and the law. So just repeat that little paragraph again. Let's not forget that Jupiter is the planet of truth and coherence. Jupiter is the planet of what everyone agrees on. That's why Jupiter rules knowledge, education, the moral code, and the law. When Jupiter is in Pisces, everyone agrees that no matter what life throws at us, we will eventually make it. Okay, so that's why we stand strong. We're fierce and fearless. Okay, we move on. Yes, there's not everything fabulous, but then we're still ticking. We move on. Don't give up. Never give in. Never give up. Okay, so Jupiter in Pisces, Saturn no more. Jupiter in Pisces has nothing of Saturn in its DNA. Trying to tell someone that the apocalypse is around the corner will not work because Jupiter in Pisces has a different energy than Jupiter in Capricorn. And Capricorn ruled by Diablo over there. Okay, so asking someone to be socially responsible will not work either. In parentheses, not because being socially responsible is not a good thing, and the parentheses, but because Jupiter is no longer in Aquarius. Okay, and Aquarius is all about the intellect as well. They're sort of like the dreamers. With Jupiter in Pisces, and then in bold letters again, what works is painting a positive vision for the future based on faith, compassion, growth, and infinite possibilities. And that's one reason why I wanted to make this kind of different kind of read today, because I like that too. With Jupiter in Pisces, what works is painting a positive vision for the future based on faith, compassion, growth, and infinite possibilities. Jupiter has been in Aquarius since December 2020. Jupiter's ingress into Aquarius was a big leap forward from Jupiter in Capricorn, and it's brought so much needed relief. That being said, in Aquarius, Jupiter had a very serious, and in parentheses, she says, some say grumpy roommate, Saturn, planet Saturn. Jupiter and Saturn in the same sign is great for, in quotes, manifesting Aquarius topics. I was saying because they're the dreamers, they know how to look into the future. When Jupiter and make things happen, they might dream it, but they make it happen. When Jupiter and Saturn join forces, things get done. And again, in bold letters. When Jupiter and Saturn join forces, things get done. And this is great. What's not that great is that Jupiter's expansive function is, of course, inhibited. While Jupiter, with the help of Saturn, may get things done in Aquarius, the process may not feel as joyful as when Jupiter does, in capital letters, does not seem as joyful as when Jupiter does not share with the sign Saturn. Jupiter changing signs means that Jupiter is now free of Saturnian influence. It gets things done his way. It gets an expansive, joyful, optimistic, and hopeful as it can be. Not only that, Jupiter in Pisces is in domicile, which means it functions at 100% capacity. So Jupiter is even more joyful, more expansive, and optimistic than it is in any other sign. Okay, so this is great for all of us. Jupiter being in the sign Pisces to 2022. Jupiter's ingress into Pisces will instantly uplift our mood, and this is a reason to rejoice. Of course, the downside of this is that we may become too optimistic. And since Neptune is in Pisces as well, the optimism may turn into wishful thinking and living in la la land. Okay. So it says now how Jupiter in Pisces works. Let's put things straight. While Jupiter is synonymous with growth and expansion, Jupiter can also be a bit unrealistic. People with strong Jupiter placements have big goals which they rarely achieve. People who have Jupiter transits take big risks, are overconfident, and oftentimes get into trouble and even lose what they had in the first place, which is pretty much the opposite of what a Jupiter transit promises. So is Jupiter really the good guy astrology is portraying him to be? ? A better question is to ask, where would we be without Jupiter? ? In quotes, bold. Where would we be without Jupiter? You may not achieve everything you hoped for, but you may still be, in quotes, halfway there. And that's much better than being in the same place you were before. You may not become a millionaire, but Jupiter's growth mindset may help you get to a much better place than people who do not share your abundance goals. People who want to become best-selling authors may not sell 1 million books when they have a Jupiter transit. There just aren't that many J.K. Rowlings and Stephen Kings out there. But they may still become best-selling authors in one of Amazon's many categories, and they may still change the lives of 1 person, 10, 100, or 1,000 people who read their book. When we do engage with Jupiter's energy, we are much more likely to achieve our goal, or at least to get closer to it. And this is all in bold letters, and do what is in caps. When we do engage with Jupiter's energy, we are much more likely to achieve our goal, or at least to get closer to it. And that's precisely why Jupiter is considered to be the great benefic in astrology. It's not that when you have a Jupiter transit, divine luck pours on you. It's because when you have a growth mindset, when you're optimistic, when you're actively pursuing opportunities, you're much more likely to make progress in your life. It is not Jupiter that brings abundance and luck to you. It is you embracing Jupiter's vibrational frequency that attracts these things into your life. There are so many people who want for years for a Jupiter transit, There are so many people who wait for years for a Jupiter transit, but when they have it, they do nothing. And of course, nothing happens. With Jupiter as our Age of Aquarius member, with Jupiter, I guess she's talking about Mark, one of her friends. Mark beautifully put it. I guess Mark is involved in this Astro Butterfly group. Mark beautifully put it. You have to actually throw the dice and put yourself out there. And that's all in blue now. Okay. So you have to actually throw the dice and put yourself out there. Okay. If you believe in something in your body, mind, and soul and core, you go for it, my friends. Never give up. Never. That being said, if there is any transit that can bring divine luck seemingly out of the blue, that is Jupiter in Pisces. Oh, I guess that's why they put that in blue. Okay, so again, you have to actually throw the dice and put yourself out there. Pisces is the sign of endless possibilities. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and encompasses all the other signs with all the opportunities that get their last chance to materialize before we start again in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Jupiter in Pisces 2021 through 2022, how it will influence you, okay? So this is why I want to do this, and we're going to pull 12 cards to see what these little beautiful cards, these 11 cards are going to give us more, oomph to take us there, okay, with positivity. And, this world is right now Coco Loco, okay? And it's sad. That's why I haven't been making videos, as I said. I'm a sensitive empath. I just couldn't try to uplift when people are dying every minute of the day. But that's why I want it. When I read this, I'm like, let's push on. Let's move forward. Jupiter is in domicile in Pisces, and that's great news for you and your natal chart. The best thing about having a ruling planet transiting the sign of its rulership is that it makes things happen. In bold letters, it makes things happen. If you have a Gemini ascendant, for example, then Pisces is your 10th house. Since Jupiter rules Pisces, when Jupiter transits Pisces, like it does now, You will have the ruler of the 10th house in the 10th house. There's a sense of flow and progress. Things finally come together. Projects materialize. To find out how Jupiter in Pisces will influence you, you look up the house where you have Pisces in your chart. This is where you will receive Jupiter's blessings. You will need to have an accurate time of birth, or at least to know your ascendant sign. Using whole sign houses, these are the areas of your life that Jupiter in Pisces will influence. Okay, so if you're an Aries ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 12th house of the unconscious, magic, isolation, and faraway places. Okay, so my Aries ascendant friends out there, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 12th house of the unconscious, magic, isolation, and faraway places. So again, to create, we usually have to do things by ourselves, when you're a painter, or anything, what you create, writer or sculptor, you do it alone. It comes from within. Okay, so just remember that. Make it happen. Now, for the Cancer ascendant friends of mine out there, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 9th house of foreign affairs, learning, teaching, travel, publishing, and law. Okay, so for Cancer ascendants, I'll read it again. Jupiter Pisces will influence your 9th house of foreign affairs, learning, teaching, travel, publishing, and law. For Leo ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 8th house of transformation, the occult, joint finances, and other people's money. So Leo ascendant again. Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 8th house of transformation, the occult, joint finances, and other people's money. Virgo ascendant. Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 7th house of relationships and contracts. Okay, so for the Virgo ascendant friends, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 7th house of relationships and contracts. For Libra ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 6th house of work, health, routines, and acts of service. So for Libra ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 6th house of work, health, routines, and acts of service. Scorpio ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 5th house of children, creativity, play, and romance. Okay, so you can see we're going down, right? So Scorpio ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 5th house of children, creativity, play, and romance. Sagittarius ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence now your 4th house. So we're coming down. Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 4th house of home and family. Sagittarius ascendant again. My friends, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 4th house of home and family. Capricorn ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 3rd house of communication, everyday interactions, learning, and siblings. Again, for Capricorn ascendant friends, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 3rd house of communication, everyday interactions, learning, and siblings. Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 2nd house of money, finances, and self-worth. Okay, Aquarius ascendant friends, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 2nd house of money, finances, and self-worth. Okay, and for the Pisces friends of mine out there, the Pisces ascendants, lucky you! Exclamation mark! Right? Yeah. Lucky you! Exclamation mark. Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 1st house, which is your personality, vitality, and zone of genius. Even if you are rather shy, Jupiter in Pisces is your time to shine and put yourself out there. Okay, so for my Pisces ascendant friends, lucky you! Exclamation mark. Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 1st house, which is your personality, vitality, and zone of genius. Even if you are rather shy, Jupiter in Pisces is your time to shine and put yourself out there, okay? Well, you all know I'm not shy, okay? But I'm saying, put yourself out there. All of us, put ourselves out there. When you're working from your body, mind, and soul, and your core, and you align with talking about the white light and the beautiful ones, and have faith, even though these are trying times, you just keep the faith, okay? Jupiter in Pisces also influence you if it makes aspects with planets or angles in your natal chart. Okay, so now I'm not the astrologer, but if for those of you who are or into it, Jupiter in Pisces also influence you if it, and in bold letters, makes aspects with planets or angles in your natal chart. If you have planets or an angle, in parentheses, ascendant, IC, I don't even know what I see. I'm sorry, my friends. I don't even know what that is. Ascendant, IC, descendant, midheaven in Pisces, then at some point Jupiter will conjunct this planet or angle, and this is when you will experience the peak of this transit. And it's from astrobutterfly.com. Okay, astrobutterfly.com. So I wanted to bring that forward because this is going to take. Oh, wait a minute. Taurus ascendant. How did we miss that? How did that skip like that? Thank God I turned the page. My Taurus and Gemini friends were saying, what in the hell? Okay, so my Taurus ascendant friends, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 11th house of friends and networks. Again, Taurus ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 11th house of friends and networks. And Gemini ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 10th house of career, status, and limelight. Gemini ascendant, Jupiter in Pisces will influence your 10th house of career, status, and limelight. Okay? So for all of us, just put it out there, okay? Put it out there. Okay? So I'll set this here for now, but I wanted to do that because I think since it's going to be a whole other year to go, plus, I mean, why not take advantage of this time, and for any creative work that people, who write books or, sculpting or, painting, it takes months and years sometimes for people to finish projects. Don't, but make this now, finish the project. If you started it, make 2022 to be that you're going to finish it. And it's going to be prosperous. It's going to be, and it's going to make you feel like you've made it. Like, I did it. I wanted to do it. I had a dream, right? I had a dream. And that's when it starts, right? So make it happen. Okay, make it happen. Okay, so I've got my 1111 cards here. And I have these candles. I think it's called the black bamboo. Oh, I love the scent of it. It's so good. And I already burned some sage earlier, but I didn't want to hold a sage stick. And I just did it like that. Put some nice. So hold on. Let me just stick these cards like that. Okay. And I'm going to close my eyes to shuffle. And so I'm going to pick 12 cards. Okay. Starting for January, February, March. We're going to start the calendar. Okay. For the calendar through December. So I'm going to, okay, so let's see. How do I want it? I want it with the picture up. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're going to pick 3 January. Actually, hold on. Archangel Michael be jumping. Okay, and I want to close with Archangel Michael's card too. Okay, I want him to close the reading down with his words of wisdom. Okay. And this was my mother's too, so this is so old. I wonder if it has a date, but anyway. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes again. We're going to pick 12. So January's on the table. February, okay? Let's see. March, right in my hand, right there. Okay, Mother Soul, my birthday. Glastonbury Tor, I had to look at it. Ooh, I was cheating on that one. To love Glastonbury Tor. That's Archangel Michael's. Did you see that? I just said that's my card from my mother, and now Glastonbury Tor just jumped in my hand. Archangel Michael's beautiful Glastonbury Tor. How beautiful. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is aligning well for us. I hope. Okay, I think this one. Oh, I'm not looking. I'm sorry. I love these little cards. I work with them. They're like, my word for the day or phrase. Oh, I got 2 here. Okay. January, February, March, April. Okay, May babies, you get 2 cards. Who's your mama? June. July. Hold on, let me do this. And I've got my faith and hope out. So never give up, my loves. Okay, never give up. Never give up. We keep on ticking. We keep on rocking it. Okay, never give up. Faith and hope, always. Faith and hope. Faith and hope. And pray. Power of prayer is just what we got to do. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so July, August, September, and I'm going to put October, November, December over here because I don't want them to fall off. Okay, so, okay, closing my eyes. October, November, and one more for December. Well, these are all the December babies, these are all your birth code, okay? Your birth date, zodiac signs, okay. Very good. Well, let's leave these cards on the table here, though, because they brought us some shine, okay? Do it like that, okay? I really love this 1111 card deck, okay. All right, my January friends, then. Star legacy, star being, star legacy, star being. We have come here to birth a planet into light. Isn't that beautiful? We have come here to birth a planet into the light, the white light. But back in the day, I'm not sure why I wrote in my hand, the violet light of healing is us. Okay. So, how beautiful, January babies. Star legacy, star being. And look up to the stars in the evening time when you can. We have come here to birth a planet into light, the violet light of healing. So, my darlings, understand that, help heal this planet. We all can do it. I believe in that. Mother Teresa in La Casa, okay? Okay, my February babies. Belief, knowing. Do you hear that? This is brand new. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. Whatever. Let's just keep on going. Belief, knowing. And I don't have it on the table. I have it lifted so it can air flow. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, February babies. Belief, knowing. I believe in all that I do. I do what is mine to do. Of course, I wrote on these cards. So, February babies, I believe in all that I do. I do what is mine to do. And I wrote me, yo soy de la luna. Yo soy de la luna. I come from the moon. Okay? Because, March Pisces. All about moon, la luna. I believe in all that I do. I do what is mine to do. So, February babies, you believe in yourself, believe in your core, and make it happen. Okay? Make it happen. This is the year. 2022, okay? So we got a long time. Now, March babies, Glastonbury Tor, Renaissance. I moved to the energies of Glastonbury Tor. I remember. And then we have a moon right there. I moved to the energies of Glastonbury Tor. I remember. And I wrote in my handwriting, Avalon. I know I'm an old soul. That I do know. I know that. Nobody's ever told me that. I just know, especially, like all that Avalon, Glastonbury Tor, I knew I kind of lived in that world. How beautiful. And there's the Glastonbury Tor on the top, right there. Archangel Michael's. So I'm going to put this with Archangel Michael because I'm going to read it at the end. Read this beautiful card from Archangel Michael. Okay, so March, April, babies. Universal flow, divine will. So for the April babies, universal flow, divine will. I feel the flow of the universe, the divine harmony of everything. Isn't that beautiful? Universal flow, divine will. I feel the flow of the universe, the divine harmony of everything. Okay, my April friends, and you can see the flow right there. Air flow, water flow, just go with the flow, Beautiful. Again, just beautiful. Okay, May babies who had 2 cards in my hand come through. So let's see what May baby has to say. The white light. The white light, end of the tunnel. Here it is, my May babies. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. The purest white light I have ever seen now shines before me. My heart desires with all its being to join with the light. We become one. Isn't that beautiful? White light, end of the tunnel. The purest white light I have ever seen now shines before me. My heart desires with all its being to join with the light. We become one. Beautiful, beautiful May babies, beautiful. And the alignment, one with source. You're the source of the sun. Father God up there. She's got a little bird on her. I'm in tune with my higher power. I am one with source. Beautiful. See her eyes. That's why meditation is good. It's always positive. Take, again, every day, turn off technology, whether it's 10 minutes, an hour, whatever you can fit in. And always pen and paper in hand, pen and paper, pen and paper. So if it's a word, a phrase, a sentence, you write it down. Okay? But look how beautiful, May babies. The purest white light I have ever seen now shines before me. My heart desires with all its being to join with the light. We become one! Exclamation mark. I am in tune with my higher power. I am one with source. I'm one, capital O with capital S source. So believe me, babies, believe. Okay, believe. Now, June, baby, Archangel Covenant, reunion. And here we have a circle of stars. So this is for June, babies, Archangel Covenant, reunion. I'm aware that at the appointed time, all those earthbound initiates of the angelic realm, capital A, angelic realm, shall gather together to form unions upon the earth. Excuse me. I believe that. I believe they're here already. But we'll talk about that more. But they have to be here because of this crazy pandemic. They need to reveal themselves soon, actually. I talk to them like that. I don't boss them around, of course, but I kind of ask them questions like, what the hell's going on here? Anyway, for June babies, I'm aware that at the appointed time, all those earthbound initiates of the angelic realm shall gather together to form unions upon the earth. I have to believe that. And I guess this is, these are kind of the angel stars and they're circling. So I hear that sound again. I don't know if you guys hear it, but I'm going to have to take it back to Best Buy or something. Okay, this is beautiful too. The doorway, higher dimension. And why I wrote this back in the day, but you can see the door and there's the stars. But I wrote back in the day, red sprites, blue jets, violet lights of healing. Violet lights of healing. Didn't we have already the violet light come through? Hold on. The violet light, we did. So this is for the January babies, right? No. Oh, my Lord. Well, I already forgot. But whoever was the violet light healing, I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being, okay? And so here I wrote, the violet light of healing is just the doorway to higher dimensions, okay? And so it says here, I open the door and I step into a higher dimension. I open the door and I step into a higher dimension, okay? All right, my loves. No, wait a minute. Okay, January, March, April, May, June. Okay, July, August, September, October, November. Wait a minute, what happened in December? Oh, no, that one. Okay, October, November, December. Okay, October, friends, so you're the violet light. Okay, I'm getting it now. That's why I put them. I didn't want to make them drop. Okay, so this is July, right? I'm sorry. August. Okay. The tunnel journey. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. I moved that. I know that's March, April, August. Oh goodness. Okay. September. I am taken through a dark tunnel. This is the tunnel, the journey we're on. I am taken through a dark tunnel as I travel. I feel my soul will be joined by its greater self when I reach the other side. I see a white light and draw closer. How beautiful is that, right? Okay, so the tunnel. I am taken through a dark tunnel as I travel. I feel my soul will be joined by its greater self. When I reach the other side, I see a white light and draw closer. And the white light is so important, my friends. It's white light, bright light all around us and within us. Protects us both day and night. Always remember that. Whenever you feel, feel scared or afraid or just not certain, You just call on the white light, bright light, and just let it, put a bubble around you if you want to think of it like that. Okay? So let me do September, October. Wait a minute. I don't want to be screwing up here. January, February. Oh, there's one month. Oh, May had 2 cards. Right. Okay. So July. This was August. I'm sorry. August, September, October, November. Okay. This was August. I'm sorry. Now I remember. The May had 2 cards. Okay. I'm caught up because I love these cards so much. And I think that right now we have all these months to really, align ourselves with the white light and believe in your dreams and go for it. Okay, so now this is September. Divine marriage, uniting oneself. Okay, a spiritual marriage has taken place within my being. My feminine half and my masculine half have become one. This card already came through. It came through again then, because I saw it as the first pick, and I had to bring it out because I used to write in my cards all the time. And so when I opened up this packet, this was my first pick. So a spiritual marriage has taken place within my being. My feminine half and my masculine half have become one. Okay. Okay, so this is for September babies. Okay, the yin yang is just so universal. So think about that and, keep that right here in your third eye, that yin yang symbol. It's powerful. It really is powerful. Okay. So now we have October, the violet light of healing. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. Okay. And you can see the sun star rays. So always look up to the sun. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. Okay. And don't give up on the white light, the violet light. And you can also, I've never really Googled violet light, so maybe do that yourselves. I'm going to do that actually. I embrace the violet light. It permeates my being. It's all about healing. Okay, healing. Okay. So October, November babies. Consciousness expansion, master awareness. Okay. Consciousness expansion, master awareness. I can direct my consciousness to permeate all things, from a grain of sand to the entire universe. Wow, that's pretty powerful right there. I can direct my consciousness, capital C. I can direct my capital C consciousness to permeate all things, from a grain of sand to the entire universe. Wow, my darlings. Go for it. Never give up on your dreams. Faith, hope. Those are living things, true living things. Edgar Cayce speaks about that. So never give up. Never give up. Okay, and for December babies, the alpha and the omega. Infinity. I am the consciousness in and of all things. I am the universe. Okay. Yeah, so that's how we do it to close down this reading. I am the consciousness and I am the consciousness in and of all things. I am the universe. Alpha, omega, infinity. Okay. Alpha, omega, infinity. There you go. Those are the codes of the universe right there. Right here. I am the universe. And we all can attain this. Body, mind, and soul, and heart. Corazon. Put what you got into it, okay? And I'm going to close the reading finally. I don't even know what time is it. What time is it? I don't even see where the time is on here. Oh, 43. I see it up here. It used to be down here. 43. I just saw it. So we're going to bring up and close it. Did you hear that sound again? It's pissing me off right now. Okay, Saint Michael the Archangel. And this is from 1932. 1932, okay? So if you can see, I'll read it, then I'll turn it around. But, so here's Archangel Michael, battling the demon there. Saint Michael the Archangel. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all evil spirits who wander through the world for the ruin of souls. Amen. Okay. And this is known as the Racolta 447, an indulgence of 3 years, a plenary indulgence once a month on the usual conditions if this prayer is repeated daily. which I still don't understand what that means. But I do want to say, with this pandemic crazy stuff going on, Diablo's a soul catcher. I talk about that a lot. So he's becoming more powerful, if you ask me. Okay. But we don't contemplate on Diablo. Okay. It's called the balance, like the yin yang symbol. There's good and there's evil. Okay. That's how it is. It's just how it is. But we can protect ourselves and we can have thought right on thinking before you act, So don't ever give in to Diablo, okay? I'm going to read one more time just to close it down because this is truth. I think that, he's just living in his joy right now. It's bad. But Archangel Michael's here. That's why we pray with St. Michael the Archangel. St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all evil spirits who wander through the world for the ruin of souls. Amen. Okay? Amen, my friends. Okay, my friends. Well, I hope I learned how to upload this thing because I really got to learn what to do because it's so different than my last laptop. But I love you all. I really, really, really do. And you guys just, believe in yourselves, pray every day and don't have fear. We're fierce and fearless. Okay. Because, it's like a dog can smell fear. If you're fearful, that's when Diablo comes up and it's, little demon things going on. So you just stand tall with the white light and you pray. That's all you do. Okay. And you stay positive as much as we can. Okay. I love you all, my darlings. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.